On a stormy night, Emily arrived at her isolated cabin deep in the heart of the forest. She had been eagerly anticipating her weekend escape for weeks, but as she stepped inside the rustic cabin, she was hit with a sense of unease. The cabin was old and neglected, with peeling wallpaper and an unpleasant, musty scent that lingered in the air. Emily tried to brush off the feeling as she unpacked her bags and settled in for the night. As the storm intensified outside, Emily couldn't shake the sensation of being watched. Every time she glanced out the window, she thought she saw a shadow lurking in the trees. As the night wore on, Emily's anxiety only increased. She tried to distract herself by reading a book, but every little noise made her flinch. Just as she was about to retire for the evening, Emily heard a knock at the door. She hesitated for a moment before cautiously opening the door, revealing a tall and thin stranger with piercing, icy eyes. "Can I help you?" Emily asked, her voice trembling. The man did not reply, but instead pushed past her and barged into the cabin. Emily attempted to protest, but the man grabbed her by the arm and pulled her into the bedroom. He mercilessly tied her hands and feet to the bedposts and proceeded to take a seat in a chair across from her. For hours, the man sat in silence, watching Emily with his cold, emotionless stare. Though she tried to scream, a gag had been placed over her mouth, leaving her barely able to make any noise. As the night stretched on, Emily realized that she was in grave danger. The man had come for her, and there was no way she would be able to stop him. Time passed and Emily became increasingly hungry, thirsty, and frightened. The man never spoke to her, never uttered any demand. He just sat in that chair, watching her with his cold eyes. Finally, after what felt like an eternity, the man got up from the chair. He advanced towards the bed and leaned in close to Emily's face. "You're going to die," he whispered, before plunging a sharp blade into her chest. Emily's final thoughts were of the shadow in the woods. She realized too late that it wasn't a shadow at all, but the man who had been silently stalking her in the dark forest.